animated. So that is the reason. So okay, I select that. Okay, if you see, if I click on stage and go to the action then nothing is there because as it says actions of frame, and if you select the movie clip and go here, it says actions of movie. So there's a lot of hidden code you have to run around code. That's a difficult task, but once you get used to it, it is easy. Okay, so now after declaring these two variables, I open this on click event. Okay, let's remove the comment. On click event, for now just forget this part. I know a lot of people would know this code or how to do such things, but for the sake of everyone, I'm explaining here. Okay, so first thing on enter frame, that means at every frame jump, I would detect that what is the X position of my current movie. Okay, so in real life, when I'm in the frame, I would have written ball underscore MC dot underscore X, and you get this drop down also for your use, right? But since I'm writing it inside the movie clip, I don't need to refer to it like that. I can always say this dot. There's a keyword called this, but it's even simpler. Just saying underscore X will refer to the same movie clip. So I can do that. So I will detect at the same time width is also a property of the movie clip. Okay. So I detect the width. What I'm essentially doing here is, okay, here the registration point comes into picture. So this ball is if you can see the width and height is 46 into 46, some 46.5. Okay, and but pixel value is a single dot, right? So if you want to detect the movement of this ball, you have to go pixel by pixel. So the registration point is the point which is actually on that pixel whatever you are referring to. So if you are referring to 10 by 10 of this stage for this ball, it is okay. If I just change this X and Y, I'll change 10 and I'll say 10. Okay, if you see, this ball has gone out of context of the stage, but the registration point is at some place which is inside. So this is the 10 by 10. Or if I say 0, 0 of this ball, it will go and stick the registration point at the corner of the leftmost corner. That is, the registration point is very important, regardless of the shape of the movie. Fine. So I will play with the registration point. So here, as I said, you should have clear objective. So if I want to hit the wall, this side there will be this contour of the ball, and this side there will be this contour of the ball. I'm no way going to get this registration point onto the ball because visually it seems like it's going half into the wall and coming out, right? So if I want to detect that contour of the ball, what I need to do is I have to detect the width. The width of the ball is basically the diameter of the ball. So if I get the radius of the ball, that means I'm done with it. I'll just subtract it from or add it to the current pixel and I'm on it. So what I've done here is, for the radius I've done a bit by 2. I'm detecting if, so ideally I would have done if X is less than 0 or whatever, but 0 is not the real value here, so I get the width by 2. So if it is a 46 pixel this thing, so 23 is the pixel of value of this thing. So whenever it comes, the registration point comes to 23, visually I can see that it has hit the wall, right? So that is the criteria. So what I do here is, if it is less, at every enter frame it is detecting, if it is going anywhere less to that, you just put you explicitly say the X of that movie clip should be that value itself. So it will stop there. And just after that, I use this X variable since it is in the X direction and multiply it with a negative multiplier. Okay? So what will happen is the same movement, whatever was happening will happen in the other direction. Right? This is the X. See, people have written code for such things using angles and other things. I have tried to keep it as simple as possible here. Maintaining, an angle comes with a combination of two axes, right? I mean, you can use the X and Y, create triangle and all those things you can create. But here I just use X and Y, use both of them together to simulate the diagonal movement. So that's what I'm doing here. Same thing, this is for X, this one. Okay, one more thing, very important thing is Flash coordinate system is a bit ulta. Okay, it does not happen. This is not the y-axis and this is not the x-axis, and the origin is not here. This is here. Okay, this is the top left corner of the Flash Well, this you have to keep in mind because animations and all, you might think, okay, I'm doing X plus Y, it is going down and all those things, but it is with in a reverse coordinate. So top left is the origin, and your X and Y is like this. Y, basically X remains the same, but your Y, negative Y is your positive Y. So, it's a bit different. So yeah, here, I'll use the laser so we can see. Yeah. So here, this part was for this part of the movie, and now I want this part of the movie. So how do I get this part of the movie? There is a class called stage which is available. Stage class. Okay, you get the width and height of the stage to that class. So what I do is I use the stage dot width here. Okay, and I subtract it from my width height. So that means this part of it also is covered. So I see if the X is greater because the X is increasing this side, right? I mean, am I clear to all of you? I just wanted to ask because I'm just running around. Right? Okay, fine. Okay, so that's what I tested that. The same logic I apply here. Here I am equating my X's value to this thing and again multiplying it with a negative multiplier. So it will bounce back whenever it hits back. Fine. And same thing for Y-axis. Okay? In Y, we don't detect the width, we detect the height. Very simple, right? So, as you can see, the same piece of code that if else statement, and here also the same statement. Fine? So, but both of one is for X thing and one is for Y thing. And if you see the multiplier which I have used in the above two conditions, it is nx move, which is the first one, and the next two is ny, which is the next one. Okay? So, after all this, I have some definite values of x move and definite values of the x and y pixels of the ball. And at every end of frame, what I do is that x and y should keep moving to whatever is the value of my x move. It is a pretty simple code. So by doing this, I assume that things should work. Okay? So let's see. Okay. So now the process is you have completed coding. Now you have to test the movie, right? You can test it in multiple ways. One is you can do a control test movie. Okay. And as you saw, control enter combination key is also the shortcut for pressing. One more thing to notice before you publish a file, if there is some publish setting, you need to any file. Okay. So as you can see here, it says player/right 2.1, action script is 2.0, and these are for other class-based things. You can attach a class to a file while publishing. So what you can do is you can click on edit, and you can actually change these settings. So as we were talking about the iPhone, /CS5 will have a published profile of iPhone in this menu. Okay, so you can actually find a published profile in iPhone. You select that, like I will select /right 3.0 here, and whatever ActionScript version, I think 3 will be the one. So you can select that from here. So you can see here I'm not getting 3 because /right 3 does not support 3 ActionScript. But if it was something like /9, would have got 3 also. Fine. So this is how pretty much it works. Okay. Now you can actually publish in a lot of formats. So if you go to the format tab, you can publish in all these formats. A script file can be published in all these formats. You can actually generate an HTML out of it. So you get your HTML, the ready available JavaScript code which is required to embed a script file inside your HTML. That also is created, and all those things. And you can create a GIF, animated GIF movie. If your movie does not have any action, it's a frame-by-frame animation, you can create an animated GIF out of it. And other options are there, you can look out for it, JPEG, PNG. See, this is very handy because a lot of people might not have fireworks. So, if you want to create PNG, that too from vector, right? If you go to Photoshop, you might not have that handy. Photoshop also exports PNGs. But working in vector, personally, I feel is very schooling for me. It's very easy to think of interfaces there. So what you can do is, you can create the whole vector image in Flash using all the tools, and you can say export as PNG image. Okay, so you get this and here PNG image out of the stage. So your stage is the image. That's what happens. Right? and then you can do a Windows projector and a Macintosh projector. People who don't know what is a projector file, so when you create a zip file, you need to distribute it, right, as I said, and you are not sure if flash player is present in the